guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So today's build is actually a build that you guys picked. So I had a little vote on my Twitter, and I did also announce it like on the community tab on YouTube just in case. But basically we did a subscriber picks my speed build. So I had a whole bunch of options, and this is what you guys ended up voting for. There were actually a few ties. So what I did was I kind of just picked what I thought was most unique. But it was heaps of fun doing this, and I'd love to do it again. Hopefully next time there's not like ties. But yeah, this particular build, it's in Brindleton Bay. It is a peachy cream themed color. What am I saying? It's a peachy color theme. Peachy cream color theme. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a peachy cream color theme. It is cluttered. It is 2 stories and 3 bedrooms. And they were all things that you guys voted for. As I said, there were a few ties. Like some people wanted me to build in like Solani and do like an island home. And I just chose not to do that because I have done some island homes lately. And I kind of felt like it was a little bit saturated with island homes at the moment, considering that the island pack just came out. And I have, as I said, I have done a couple of island homes myself. So I decided to just do the Brindleton Bay and the creamy peachy theme instead. So as I said, I'll definitely be doing one of these again. I thought that it was super fun, and you know, it's kind of like what you guys wanted. So yeah, as I said before, this is in Brindleton Bay, and I do change the colors of this house a little bit. I started off with like my trademark blue, and then I ended up kind of going with like more of like a black and white sort of theme, because I thought I may as well do something a little bit different. I always do blue, and this is already a bit of a different build to what I'd normally do, so let's just continue adding to it. I really like the way that the house came together as well, though. I had this vision. I just really wanted those windows from Laundry Day. They're really nice and bright, and I knew I wanted them somewhere in the build, so I put them at the front of the house so I could use them in like the lounge room area. And then when we go into the lounge room, I just think that they look really cool. Like, it's really pretty and nice. The back of the house there changes a little bit as well, because when I start building, I realize I need just a little bit more space in one of the bedrooms, so I do alter that just a little bit. But for the most part, what you see here is what the build ends up looking like. Yeah, so I'm also going to probably do a couple of like, maybe like pack constricted builds, like, you know, you guys vote for 3 packs that you want me to use. I'm trying to think as well if there's like a better way to do voting, because on Twitter you can only pick 4 options, and obviously there's like well more than 4 packs. There's well more than 4 expansion packs. Even for this one, when you guys were like voting for what world you wanted to use, you know, there's like 8 worlds, but I could only pick 4 of them. So yeah, I'm either going to do another vote where we pick worlds that you didn't vote for before, or just, yeah, try and find a way that you can maybe do like a little survey or something. But I also don't want it to be like super difficult. I just want you to be able to kind of like go on, pick your options and be done with it. But that's something probably to worry about a little bit later. But yeah, if you do want to see another one of these videos, definitely hit the like button and let me know. Yeah, leaving comments and stuff definitely helps me know what you guys like and what you guys are interested in, and I really do try to always take your feedback and take your suggestions on board. Like usually if you ask, oh, I really want to see this kind of build, I will try and build it. It's something that I really do enjoy doing. So yeah, definitely leave a comment, let me know what you think of this and what you want to see in the future. Yeah, so we're still just kind of going around and doing the outside of the house. I really like this color scheme because, as I said, I went away from my trademark blue and tried something different, and I really liked the way that it looked. And I love that the seasons windows have like the black and white in them already, so I feel like it just really suited the area a whole lot more. And I could also do some of my like normal landscaping, because I've been doing a lot of island landscaping lately and I really hate it. I'm no good at island landscaping, so I was like, yay, I can use like my OG plants, I can use my ferns and my low-lying, I can't remember what they're called, but like little low-lying shrubs and everything, so that was really cool. This house also only has like a small little backyard, but they're like my favorite. I feel like the small backyards are so much easier to deal with than like a larger backyard, so I was really happy with the way this house turned out. I think that I would probably play in it myself. I really, really like it. And as always, it is on the gallery, so I have my gallery name down in the description below. It's still Ziminstead. I've never changed it from my like previous YouTube name because I'm like a flake and I change my YouTube name like every 3 months. I'm not going to change it again though. I like my YouTube name as it is at the moment, but this is like my 3rd YouTube name, so let's not even get started. But yeah, so kind of just finishing off the final touches for the outside of the house before we kind of move inside. So the way I build, which you probably would know because you watched me build before, but I usually do like all the exterior and the landscaping in the front, and I leave the backyard until the very end. And then sometimes I do it at the start, but I kind of feel like I like to kind of break it up a little bit. So I usually do the backyard as like at the end. So we are now going inside into the kitchen, and I was, as I said, going for like a peachy creamy sort of theme, and I think it probably ended up a little bit more like brownie creamy, I guess. I don't know. Like cream is like one of those colors where there's like a pretty big spectrum. So I definitely use colors I'm not used to and use colors that I don't normally use. And I really like the way it turned out. So it's this cute little cluttered kitchen, and I use the countertops pretty creatively, I guess, because I kind of put like the stove over here and a couple of little island benches. So the kitchen is in a way like in 2 parts, I guess. So yeah, I tried to clutter it up as much as possible, but I also made sure to leave like one counter pretty much free so that your Sims can actually cook something. Because if you clutter it up too much, then your Sims can't use any of the counters and it's just completely not functional. So there is one counter there that they can use for all their cooking and stuff. Just make sure you have the move objects sheet on when you place this, because otherwise a lot of the time it deletes random objects. So if you have the move objects on sheet before placing the lot, that should work out really well for you. And I also find that when you're going like back into a lot, sometimes random things will get deleted, so you might just want to always, when you start your game up, do the move objects on sheet just so that everything stays where it should be. Yeah, so I'm putting the little shelf above the window here and cluttering that up at the moment. I've seen a lot of people lately using that clutter shelf. It's like this red shelf, and I really need to get my hands on that. So hopefully I'll get my hands on that soon, because I think it would have made a lot of this cluttering so much easier if I had one of those clutter shelves. Yeah, also there is, I can't remember, 2 or 3 kids that live in this house, so I really wanted it to be like kid focused. I kind of thought that half the clutter in here would be just having kids in the house. So I guess, you know, this family's like all about the kids, and they just want all their kids' artwork and you know, kids' homework and kid stuff everywhere. So they're not dirty or anything, but they're just a little bit messy, and their kids kind of just spread out, and it's just a little bit chaotic, but like organized chaos maybe. So that's kind of what I was going for. So I definitely try and put in a lot of, you know, like artwork and just stuff like that I think, you know, the kids would bring their art home, and they're the kind of parents that want to just like display it on the wall and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so it's cool. Like I pretty much use like every clutter object that I could think of in this house. I think it was like one of those builds where it's like, you know, every clutter object in The Sims is probably somewhere in this house. But it was really fun. I love the way that these cluttered builds turn out. And I also went in and used some debug objects as well, because as I said, I wanted to get some sort of like artwork stuff. So I was having some trouble finding it though. The debug catalog does need some work. I'm very grateful for it, and I think it's really good, but there's like no categories in it or anything, so it does make things hard to find. So I probably went past a lot of artwork and I just didn't see it because it was just like so much to filter through. But I did find like, you know, those little books and a little bit of mail that I thought worked out really well, and those plants, I really like those plants. I think that they're really cute, so I use those as well. There's a lot of cool like season stuff, so that worked for me, and like, you know, the little card thing. I'm pretty sure I actually end up moving those cards from under the shelf there though. I can't remember what I put in its place, but I think I put like a cork board or something there, because I thought that kind of suited the space a little bit better. But you'll see it in a minute. Maybe I leave it there. I've done so much building lately, like some things I'm like, I don't remember what I did. Oh yeah, there we go, I do move it. And I'm also putting some clutter on top of the fridge. I feel like clutter on top of the fridge just really like solidifies a cluttered house. I don't know, I was like, cluttered house has to have clutter on top of the fridge. I don't know why, it just does. So yeah. I also had this little like brick wall thing there. I thought that looked really cool, just to like divide the rooms. And then in this room here, I went for the Jungle Adventures round table, again in those kind of like creamy brownie colours. I had a little bit of trouble furnishing that dining area space because there were a lot of windows, so that there wasn't like a lot of space to put in clutter. So I ended up just putting those curtains in, and I thought that that really busied the whole place up a lot. And then I put this little like hanging thing with the side table here. But there was a bit of a skip there because it took me so long to decide what to put there. So I just cut all that out because it was like just back and forth and back and forth. So it definitely looks cluttered and busy in this little area. And like normally for me, this would bother me, but because this is a cluttered build, I was like, oh, it's perfect. But like inside, I'm still a bit like, oh, it's so cluttered. But yeah, you know, you guys asked for a cluttered build, I'm going to give you a cluttered build. You could probably like fix up some of the windows as well if it was too busy, but I think it works. Like if you want clutter, you got clutter. I also put some little things on that dining table there. Just I wanted it to kind of look like, you know, the kids had been reading there or doing their homework and they kind of just like got up and left. Yeah, so now we're doing the living room, and I end up getting rid of one of those windows because it just didn't work on the other side, but I wanted to just kind of make this cute little like bay window reading nook area. So I put like, you know, the little chairs and the plants and the books, and I end up also putting like a curtain across the window, and I just love the way it looks. It ends up looking so cool, and it's something that I would definitely use like in another build. This lounge room is like my favorite room in this whole house. And I put these bookshelves up as well, like I'm doing now. And I just kind of thought, I don't know, like it's perfect. Like the bookshelves, I kind of thought they were sort of like built-in bookshelves in the lounge. And it's super cluttered and super cozy. And I can just see like the whole family sitting in here, like in the evening, just, you know, like watching the news, reading books, doing their homework. It's just like a really cool, cozy little place. And I have seen like more in like houses in the movies and stuff, but where people have like those kind of built-in shelves, and then they have like their lounge kind of like built into it as well. So I just really liked it. And I put heaps of clutter on this table because, as I said, I kind of thought this is a space where the whole family would sit a lot of the time. So, you know, the kids would come in here and they'd be painting their nails and doing their homework and doing their artwork, and it's just like one of the messier rooms in the house. And I put a few little toys down and everything. So I imagine that like kids would live in this house more than like teenagers. So this is probably like more of like a younger family, like a large young family. So yeah, and I put a couple of rugs in here as well. And then yeah, I'm about to put the curtain in, and I feel like the curtain really makes this little like reading nook just like complete. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, they also have a cat. They've got a cat. Of course they're gonna have a cat. So yeah, that's that little room there, and as I said, it's just so cute. I just want to keep looking at it. I really liked it. This house needed a study, like all my houses need a study. So I kind of did this little like back room area here as like a little study. And again, I made it super cluttered because again, you know, it's probably like the kids are all fighting over who gets to have the study, and it'd be a space where you can do your homework and like pay your bills, and like the whole family would use this study. So I used like a variety of clutter items there. And it was kind of like the only thing I could think to put in this space as well, because it was just like a random little back room. So I was like, yeah, if it's a study, I think that just suits it a whole lot better. And yeah, just like, you know, a couple plants, and I put like a really nice clutter shelf here, and I should put a rug in as well, I'm pretty sure. Also, the kind of like the kitchen area, the floor tiles don't really match the rest of the house, and I kind of did that intentionally as well, because I was going for like maybe it's a bit of an older home, and they've just kind of like, they've maybe updated some of the floors but left some of the floors as is, because in reality, like, it's really expensive to get new flooring in your house. So sometimes you might just update all your furniture and even update parts of your kitchen, but just leave the floor as is. We've just moved into a new home ourselves, and the carpet is relatively new and like modern looking, but we have like old tiles in our kitchen and dining area, so it's definitely like a realistic thing, I thought. Yeah, and as I said, just adding heaps of clutter to these shelves and trying to mix it with like adult and like kids clutter. That was like a really big thing for me in this house, that I wanted it to kind of I wanted you to be able to see where the kids live and where the adults live, and they all come together and, you know, whatever. Yeah, and then this room here was a little bit hard to furnish because it was kind of awkward and there wasn't a lot of wall space, and, you know, there wasn't a lot of room for stuff. So I kind of deleted some space under the stairs so that I could add in just like a little cat jungle. And I kind of thought that that sort of cluttered up that area a little bit as well, because otherwise it was just kind of like a useless space. And I'm just adding some final paintings and cluttered to this little living area that I really like so much. And I just had a little painting above the lounge, which is really cute as well. And then going into the downstairs master bedroom. So I'm pretty sure there's 2 bedrooms upstairs and 2 bedrooms downstairs, or there could be there's 3 bedrooms. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs and 1 bedroom downstairs. That's right. So this is the master bedroom, and still going with like the really peachy kind of theme. I really quite like it, but I find that these colors, it's like, I don't know if it was maybe like a light that I was using or something, but everything has like a yellowy tinge to it. But considering that was the color theme, I guess it did kind of work, so it was okay. This again was a bit of a hard room to furnish, just simply because there wasn't a whole lot of like space to put the things I wanted to put in. So even though that dresser doesn't fully match the theme, I kind of thought it did in a way, because the theme is like a cluttered family home, and a lot of homes don't have completely matching furniture. Yeah, like before we moved out into our house, we'd been living with my grandma, so we had like time to save up for furniture and stuff, so we have a relatively matching house. But, you know, some people have lived in a house for ages, and it's pretty common to not have everything matching, so it didn't bother me too much at the bedroom. All the furniture didn't properly match. Like, I was kind of fine with that. So then this is the upstairs bedroom, and I made this twin girl room, or I mean, it doesn't even have to be twins, but I just made it like a room for 2 girls, because I kind of wanted this house to be like not the biggest house, but still a lot of space for family. So actually, you know what, I lied, there's 3 bedrooms upstairs, because I just saw the bedroom we just furnished, so there must be no, but all the bedrooms are upstairs. Okay, let me just get back on track there. All the bedrooms are upstairs. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs. 2 of the bedrooms are kids' rooms, but there's 3 kids in the 2 rooms. Got it. So yeah, I wanted to make this kind of like little dressing area, so I put that little wall divider in, and I thought it looked really cute, like a little chair and a little poof. And I was like, you know, the girls will probably like get ready there and, you know, do their, I don't know, I imagine that the kids were pretty young, but like kind of at that age where you're like, oh, you know, just, you still like take the time to get ready and stuff and do their hair, and they could sit down and chat, and I don't know, I just had this idea that they'd get ready together, and it was kind of cute. But being a girls' room, I wanted to make it also pretty messy, so I tried to add as much clutter as possible. And I put this little teddy bear on the seat, and I thought that made it look so adorable. This room doesn't have like a whole heap of space, so I definitely had to try and be like creative in how I used it. So I put, you know, some smaller side tables so that there was like extra room and everything, and I put these little lanterns in, because those lanterns are so cute. I only just recently discovered them from the Island Living pack, and I just think that they're adorable. So I put the little lanterns there, and then I end up moving them, and I kind of wish I didn't, because they poke out a lot as well. So I put different lanterns in, but I still really love those ones from Island Living. I think that they're adorable. I thought that this particular kid would read a lot, so I put like lots of little books and stuff just in her area. And then I kind of thought that maybe the other twin or the other sister would be maybe a little bit more maybe creative or artsy, or like into like makeup and stuff. So she just kind of has like more generic clutter, and she's got, you know, maybe she's a bit more outgoing or whatever, so she's got like pictures of her friends and stuff. But yeah, I think it's cool to have an idea in mind of each of your Sims, so that you kind of can furnish around what you think their personality would be like. So yeah, I only put a couple of little books and stuff, just because I kind of thought, you know, everyone's probably going to read a book. So I put that kind of stuff there, and I put the little like nail polish there. As I said, I felt like this one would be maybe like a little bit more artistic and stuff. And then this is a 3rd bedroom, so I did a boys' bedroom for this one, so 2 boys and a girl. I said that wrong, 2 girls and a boy, sorry. So this room is kind of like a black and blue sort of theme, and again I was having some trouble deciding what sort of personality this boy would have, and I think in the end I went maybe like artistic. So I do put in a one of the drawing tables. I'm pretty sure I put in a drawing table. So I kind of thought, no, I don't. I take that back. I put in the scouts thing. That's right. I put the basketball thing, and I thought he'd be like super sporty and outdoorsy and into like, you know, doing the scouts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's that one. And now we're just doing the hallway. And this hallway ended up really orange. I think, I don't know why, but I think whenever I do something like creamy peachy, it does end up being a little bit orange. But I guess that's again, like, peachy is another one of those colors where it's like, there's like a really big spectrum for it. So I do end up toning down the orange a little bit just by changing up the color of the rug and adding in just some like lighter tones and stuff, because I was like, it's just like that tiny little bit too much. And then I also just chuck in a couple of kids stuff here, just because I was like, yeah, it's a kid's house, and you know, maybe they don't have enough room in their bedroom for these items. So I just put the art table and the what's that called? The play thing, the house, the dollhouse there. And I think that really completed the hallway. And now just doing the bathroom, and I wanted to add 2 sinks because this bathroom's like has to function for, you know, like the whole family. It's the only upstairs bathroom. So I put in, yeah, the 2 sinks and the toilet and just like a little bit of clutter and stuff, because I wanted it to really look like it was a pretty lived in bathroom, because 3 kids in 1 bathroom, I reckon it'd be a little bit messy. So that's what I did there. And then this was a really small little patio area. So I wanted to put a table and chair in, but I wanted it to be a little bit more unique. So I just put the chairs in first and then put the table in after, so I could get the shape that I wanted. And I put that sort of nautical decoration in. Considering it was in Brindleton Bay, I kind of felt like it would be okay to be a little bit beachy with the decoration. Yeah, and now this is like the last little bit that we're doing back in the backyard. So this is a very dark sort of garden. I end up changing a little bit of the clutter on that porchway, but I do put a pool in, and I put like some nice plants in, and there's like a lot of concrete in this garden, but considering it is so small, I feel like that does sort of make sense. So it's just like more of like not a courtyard, but just like a smaller style garden. And I put a lot of, you know, like the toys in, and just still tried to make it really kid friendly. So there's like heaps of activities outside for the kids to do, even though it's not the biggest of gardens. And there's like a place to eat, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. So this is like the last little bit of the video, so I'm going to let you all go and enjoy a bit of music and watch the rest of the video. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all in another speed build. Bye everybody!